Hey up my ducks, welcome back to the Hermit's Cave. How are we doing? It's Sunday morning. I've just got back home after having a walk. And if you was in Cuppa and Catch Up last night, you will have seen that I mentioned I would do a walkthrough of one of the decks that I bought from Watkins in the week, which is the latest, well, I believe it's the latest anyway, Robert M. Place deck, which is the first Occult Tarot. Love these decks. I've got quite a few now. When I went to London last year, I brought the Alchemical Tarot Renewed, which is the blue edition. And they come in these gorgeous slipcase boxes with this fabric covering. The card stock on these are just incredible. I also got the Alchemical Tarot of Marseille, and that's the not the first edition, it's the 5th edition. First edition came out years ago, but the first edition of the Alchemical Tarot that came in this in these style boxes. My favourite Robert M. Place deck to date is the Tarot of the Sevenfold Mystery. This was the 2nd edition because, again, it was released in these nice boxes. And I've also got the Tarot of Alchemical Magnum Opus. Just absolutely gorgeous. The card stock in these decks are phenomenal. They really are. That lovely matte card stock. Really, really nice, beautiful gilding, just high quality. And to be fair, they're not, well, I don't think anyway, that they're not too expensive for a Robert M. Place, an independently produced deck, $39.99. I know that there are some mass market decks now that cost that and more, really, in some cases. So I don't think around £40 for an independently produced deck is on the top side of expensive anyway for independent decks. So this one is in the same nice blue as the blue edition, blue sky edition of the Alchemical Tarot Renewed. And this is, oops, sorry, I've just knocked something over. This is the first Occult Tarot, and it's a deck envisioned by Louis Raphael Lucreci di Fiole, and he was the Count of Melee. And what this talks about is before Aleister Crowley, before Arthur Edward Waite and Pamela Colman Smith, before the Golden Dawn, before Papus, Eliphas Levi and Atea, back in 1781, this deck was created and believed to be the first tarot that had occult symbolism to it. So I just thought, well, that's a cool deck. I mean, I would have bought it anyway because Robert M. Place, I love his work. But, you know, a bit like with the what's it called? The AOS, Osman Austin Spare, name escaped me then. I'm really enjoying having historical decks that have a place in the lineage of tarot. So, anyway, let's, just beautiful. Let's take the cellophane off. There isn't any guidebook or anything with this. I love the backs. Just look at that. And I'll bring the camera down and we can take a look. I should do it actually. Maybe not. That's it. We can take a look at the cards in closer detail. Okay, so let's just take that plastic off. I still get a real buzz from opening a tarot deck for the first time. oh, I love it. Yeah, so as you can see here, it's this lovely fabric. It just has this stuck on the front of either side. I guess you could peel it off if you was inclined to, but it does sit also within kind of like a ridge, so it's nice and protected. And then this is the inner box, really lovely. The gilding is beautiful. It's this speckled gold gilding, and the cardstock is, I think it's just really, really nice. These are the backs. So you can see we've got like the Ankh, the Eye of Horus, etc. So I like those backs, really like those backs. The cards are quite large, probably a bit taller and wider than a standard tarot. So we'll take a look. They do sometimes the first time have to be kind of with the gilding, you know, sticks them together a little bit. So not massively, but a little bit taller and wider than, and this is a large, well, I say a standard tarot size, but I know you can get smaller ones at Llewellyn and Fournier and things like that. But yeah, so they're a decent size. It's quite a thick deck because the cardstock is beautiful, and it's instinctively recognisable as a Robert M. Place deck. What I love about his artwork is just how clean and sharp his images are. Absolutely beautiful. And the use of colour, I mean, just look, gorgeous. So the first card is the universe. Creation, is it? The sun. Are we going backwards? We are going backwards for some reason. Not sure how I feel about that. Might have to reorganise it. Okay, that's better. I mean, there's probably some huge significance of ordering the majors in reverse, but there's no guidebook or anything with this. I think you can buy a guidebook separately from what I understand. I chose not to. I could do that next time I'm in Watkins. I could pick up the guidebook if I feel that I really need it. There are little key words and phrases on the cards as well, which I find would be helpful because as I've just reordered it, I've noticed a few of the archetypes have been renamed. This does have Jupiter and Junon as well, which is usually part of the Besançon lineage, but anyway. So we've got Folly for the Fool. Look how sharp and beautiful this image is. I love his work. Chased by the Tiger of Regrets. Here we have our Magician card with the wand of the Magus in hand. A little monkey there, look, which we've seen in other decks. It's got some tarot cards in front of him as well. Here's Juno. With the Peacock of Pride, points to heaven and earth, as above so below. Peacock of Pride. The Queen supports the King with her threats. So instead of an Empress and an Emperor, we have a Queen and a King supports the King with her threats. And here's the King, controls his subjects through fear. Wow. And then we have Jupiter, threatens the earth with anger and lightning. Wow, very Zeus, isn't he? Threatens the earth with anger and lightning. The Lover, rather than the Lovers. Choosing between worldly passions and idealism. Yeah, and again, with this, you know, we've seen Lovers cards through the kind of Mosse tradition of that choice. The Chariot of War initiates the age of copper and the age of iron. Justice, and they're not numbered, so once shuffled, you know, this is obviously pre-Golden Dawn, pre-Arthur Edward Waite, so, and they were the first to switch strength and justice. So this has come in key 8, but notice there's no numbers anyway. So once this is shuffled, justice, the goal of the sage. And then we have the sage, which would be the hermit card, searching for justice on earth. I love that. The goal of the sage, because he is searching for justice on earth. That's the goal, his goal. Fortuna's wheel, an expression of an unpredictable goddess. Yeah, true. Long time, short time. I was just looking at all the stuff that's in the wheel. This is really cool. Then we have strength. Assist prudence by taming the wild lion. Oh, I think this is wonderful. The hanged man. The affliction of life. Teach prudence. I love the interconnectedness of the card. This death card, yeah, I love it. Absolutely love it. Mows crowned and common heads alike. It doesn't matter. It's indiscriminate. It doesn't matter if you're a king, an emperor, or just a lay person. Whoever you are, death doesn't discriminate. But what an image. Love this death card. Temperance pours water into wine to help humanity avoid death. Yeah, we all need wine. Good call, Temperance. And then we have the Devil card, which is Typhon, disrupting innocence and abolishing the Golden Age. Wow. The Flaming Sword. I've got a few Il Meneghello decks actually where the Tower card is of them walking out of the tower on fire. I've got the name of the deck that I don't know if it's the Soprafino or it might be the Minchiati decks, but anyway, it's a long time since I've looked at them. Then we have Aquarius, the creation of stars and fishes, which is interesting, isn't it? Rather than the star card, it's the creation of stars and the fishes. The Moon, the creation of animals, wild and domestic. Clever. Sun. I love the Eye of Horus in the Sun and the Moon as well. Shining on the union of men and women. So we've got the stars and the fishes, the animals of the earth, and then the third luminary is, you know, the creation and union. Then we have creation rather than judgment. There's lots of nods to Egyptian mythology, isn't there, with Horus and the Eye of Horus and Osiris breathing life into the first humans. And then we have the universe, a beautiful image. Isis in the world egg, formed by the 4 seasons. So then we go into our pips, our minor suit, and starting with what looks like the coins. Make sure these are unstuck. And like all of his decks, his pip decks tend to be semi-illustrated. That looks like the world card, doesn't it? Maybe I will pick the book up when I next go. I think it'll be interesting to have a read. Sometimes his books can be really huge, and I struggled with that with ADD, but I believe this one isn't a tome. Just make sure they're separating properly for first time use. So we have the Knave of Coins, and we have the Earth symbol here, which is, you know, for the coin suit. Sorry, and then the Knight. So it's the Knave and the Knight, the Lady and the King. Then we have our, I'm assuming our cups, our vessels. And if the four will have an elephant. That is inspired by somebody else's work, isn't he? It's gorgeous. Really beautiful. And then we have our Knave of Cups and our water sign. It's quite an unusual throne. We have our sword suit. It's an interesting shape. Oh, wow. Ten of Swords. There's just enough, isn't there, to go on. So then we have the Knave, the Air sign. It's just beautiful illustration. It's gorgeous. And then we have our clubs, our wands suit, which is our fire. Oh, look at that. What a fantastic image. Interesting three. Oh. Wow. Yeah, I think I'll need the book. I'm intrigued. I want to know what she's whispering into his ear. We have the Stork bringing new life for the 5 of wands or clubs. That's beautiful. Goddess Bast. Oh, look at that. Beautiful meadow. Batons, the Knave of Batons, and the fire symbol. The Knight. It's a bit of a bit of a thug, bit of a meathead. We have the Lady of Batons and the King of Batons. Wow, beautiful deck, really gorgeous. 10 out of 10 for quality. Love the back designs. Images are gorgeous. It is a little bit perhaps challenging without having a book, but I believe you can buy a guidebook separate which is fine. But if you're used to reading pips, then you should be okay. I just want to, you know, read a little bit more than just what the keywords are giving me. But beautiful deck, really, really lovely. Artwork is stunning, as we come to expect, really, from Robert M. Place. Let me know your thoughts on the deck. Thank you for watching, everyone, and until next time, go in peace. Namaste and blessed be.